Hello everyone, welcome to the full course of the Linux Red Hat system. Today I am going to teach you about the Linux file editor. So what is the Linux file editor? A text editor is a program which enables you to create and manipulate data in a Linux file. Basically it gives you a right to edit any kind of your text which is in your file, and if you want to manipulate the data, if you want to delete, if you want to insert, if you want to cut, copy, any kind of thing you can do in your given file editor. And there are several standard text editors available on the Linux system. In most of the Linux system, VI is the most common use in every Linux system, and that's why we will use the VI editor because it is available in almost every Linux system. Well, there are also other standard systems, like for example ED, which is the standard line editor, EX, which is the extended line editor, Emacs, a full screen editor, Pico, beginners editor, and VIM, which is the advanced version of VI. Linux has this both VI and VIM, and today we are going to use this VI visual editor. Like for example, there are some other Linux system, that is the CentOS, Ubuntu, SOS. These are some of the different Linux system who do have this kind of several editors in the system. Right now I have the Red Hat Linux system, so I will use this VI, and today we are going to learn about this visual editor. So let's just understand that what is VI command for. So it's basically used to inserting and deleting the text, cut and paste in the text, finding and substituting the strings, and replacing the text. So what are the keys, what are the common keys we use in our VI editor? So there are several keys, and some of them which are the most common to use in the editor, that are the I, insert, escape, delete, replace, and some other stuff. So let me show you the demonstration of these one by one keys in my Linux system. So let's move on to my Linux system. I will simply, you can see right now we are in our Linux system, and right now I am in my directory of this. Okay, right now I am in my directory, which is Dishan, which is the username of mine. So what I will do, I will try to create a file here. So simply what you have to do with the VI command, you just have to type the VI, which is our specially command, and after that you have to give the name of the file, whichever file name you can give. For example, I am giving the as Cloud Hub, which is my file name. So after entering it, you can see we are right now entered in our the visual mode of the S3 as Cloud Hub file. You can see there is by default it creates an empty file. So right now I can't do anything right now. So right now we are in our visual mode. So it gives me that other right that I can do, and so for that I have to use some different keywords to edit, delete, and insert any kind of thing in this file. So for example, I want to insert some content in this file. Then what I have to do, I have to simply press I on my keyboard. So when I press the I, you can see we are right now entered in our insert mode. And what it basically do, it basically give us a right to insert any kind of stuff in our file. For example, I am typing, hi, I am using Linux Red Hat system, and Linux is cool to learn. So I had written some lines in our file. You can do whatever you want to do in this file, but I had written these two lines only. So now because right now we are in the insert mode, that's why we can insert it, right? But when we are in our visual mode, that we can't directly insert in our file unless until you press on the keyboard, which is the I. Now when you are the insert mode, you can do this up and down, the right and left, whatever, wherever you wants to go. You can do the backspace and type any kind of thing, right? You can use any kind of basically, it works like your text editor. Just like here we in Windows we have our notepad, in the Linux we have the text editor, and in like the notepad same as. So this also works like the text editor, basically makes you works like the text editor in the terminal. So that's how you can do that. Now what you can do simply here, that if you want to like save this and you have to want to quit from that, so there are two ways to save and quit from this file. So the first way which I'm going to show you is shift ZZ. Now how we are going to apply, you have to simply press the escape button. We use the escape button to escape from the mode. Right now when I press the, right now we are in the insert mode, so when I press the escape button, we are back again in our visual mode. because in our visual mode you can see we can't edit any kind of thing, because right now I'm trying to type something but I can't do that because we are in our visual mode right now. That's why it is showing me the error. You can see it, you can move the cursor up and down in your visual mode, but you are not able to do any kind of or insert any kind of stuff when you are in the visual mode. So now what I'm going to show you that how to quit from that. So there are several two ways. The first one is by pressing the shift Z. So you can see I have pressed the shift and double time Z. So when I did, I am exited my page, and if I want to see whether the content has been saved in my file or not, so simply I will use the as cat command to see my file content. So after entering it, you can see that yeah, our system has the save the content of our file. So this is how you can exit. This was the first way to exit from the file. Now I will show you some other ways to how to exit from the file. The second way, which is the most common way people generally use, is simply you have to press the escape button if you are done with your work. Now what you are going to do, simply colon W, which stands for right, and Q, which stands for quiet, and bang, which is the exclamation mark. So this keyword basically is used to save the return file and quiet from that. So when I entering it, you can see it has worked, and if I want to see the content again, you can see that the content is still there because I use the command column WQ exclamation mark. So these were the two ways you can exit from your vi text editor file. Now some other things which I would like to show you, that some cool facts about it. So the first thing, like for example, I am right now in my insert mode, right, after clicking on the eye. Now what if I want to add a new line between these two line, like I am using the Linux Red Hat system, and just before the and Linux is cool to learn. For how, what if I want to add some line here? So what you can simply do, I should right now in my visual mode, and I will go to there this system file, just like this. Okay, now what I will do, I simply press O. So when I press the O, it by default goes to the insert mode, and it basically insert a new line between these two lines, just like this. So you can see when I press the O, it gives me it give me a new line in between those two lines. Now what I will do, I can add any kind of thing again because it given me the by default thing. You can see like this, you can add any kind of thing just like this. So basically when you press O keyword in your terminal, so it gives you a two, it creates a new line between the two lines. Now for what if I want to undo the whole content, like for example in VR, when we use the word art or wordpad in our windows, so for that undo, we directly find it on a toolbar and we click on the undo, so it basically get back to the content. So for the Linux, we will enter the keyword which is the U, but right now because I am in my insert mode, so I can't do this because I already told you that when we are in the insert mode, it behaves like a text editor file. So what you have to first do, you have to simply escape out from your insert mode. Then when you press the U, you can see my whole content has been back again, just like the previous one. Why it has happened? Because I press on the U, which basically work as a undo in our Linux system. So this is how you can change in your contents and the newly available content. Now second thing which is the very cool, that is uh, what if I want to delete something, but like from this I want to delete. So simply you have to press on the keyboard, which is the D. So you can see we are right now in our delete mode. Now I will press again D, so it will delete the whole line. So you can see when I press again the D, it has been deleted the whole line again. So this was about the D keyword to delete a single line in your content. Now again, I just don't want to delete that. I want to get back that content. So what I will use, I will simply press on the keyboard U. So I will get back my content again. Now for example uh, I want to delete something, like not just the whole line, but I want to delete a single keyword or single word from that. So what I can do, for example, I want to delete this red. So when you are in the visual mode, what generally you will do, you will try to go into the insert mode, and then you will try to remove this red word with your backspace, right? But you know what I'm going to do is, without going into the insert mode, I can still delete this in my visual mode. So for that, I need to simply use only one keyword, which is the X. X is basically used to delete the particular word in the visual mode. So right now you can see I'm in my visual mode, and when I press the X, so you can see the R has been removed. Again I will press the X, so the E will be removed, and again I will press the X, so it will remove the last keyword, which was the D. So you can see like how simply you can delete the one particular single word by pressing the X keyboard, X in the keyword in the keyboard. So this is how you can use your X, O and U. So so I basically taught you three different keywords. The first one was the O, to add a new line in our vi command, which we will use the O keyword. To undo your particular content, you can simply use the U keyword. And to delete a content without entering into the insert mode, we will use the X keyword in our terminal. So this was the main about this thing. One last thing which I want to show you, that for example right now what I will do, I will save this by shift double Z. So you can see the content has been saved. Now for example I want to if you have a file with a larger content, like for example you have the 100 pages of content in the file, it can be there. And what if you want to find some particular word in the whole, in this big large amount of file? So for simply, when you are in your Windows system, what we do, simple, we press the Control F to find the given particular word, and you type it then a word, and when you hit the enter, it will directly redirect you throughout the matching words in your whole file. So simply in Linux we use a command which is the grep, which is used to find the given keyword in the given file name. For example, in this file name, let me see what kind of I have in my file. Okay, sorry. Okay, it's not again working. Let me open this terminal once again. Yeah, so again what I will do, I will try to see what kind of similar word I have in my S Cloud Hub. Yeah, so I have this content in my file. So what I will do, I will try to find something word in my file. So for that I will use the grep command, enter. You have to put the word which you want to find in the file. For example, I want to find east in my given file name, and the file name is as Cloud Hub. You can simply find out here, because it is only because this file has only 2 lines. But what if the file has n number of lines, like 100, 200 lines? So for that you can use this command directly. So when you press the enter, it will give you a specified content line with the highlighted word which you want to find in your system. Because here I given the word which is the is, so that's why it is highlighting the word is and with the whole sentence. So this grp is used for that. But what if I want to use this command in my vi text editor? So for that I need to first enter into the visual mode. So what I will do, vis cloud hub. Right now I am in my vi text editor file. Now what I will do, if I want to find a particular word in this content, then simply you have to do this slash, give the word which you want to find. For example, I want to find this two, so I will hit the enter. So you can see when I hit the enter, it is blinking on the word which I specified to find on the given content. I can also find for different, like for example I want to find this m. So when I enter, it highlighting the word which I want to find in my given file. So you can see this how you can use some different kind of keywords in your vi text editor file. There are also several, but these are the most common use, and you guys should practice this about these keywords, because it is the most important to use in our Linux system. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do like, share and subscribe for more Linux related content. Thank you.